So we've got brownstones in Dallas, Texas, and when I'm walking through this community, I almost feel like I'm in New York City. This is one of the most unique townhome and apartment communities in the entire Metroplex. I'm gonna be covering the floor plans, pricing, incentives, the gym area, the neighborhood, the grocery stores, guest parking, you name it. So that way you can get an idea on if Alto could be a good choice for you. And if it's your first time swinging by the channel, welcome. My name's Lucas. I'm a realtor here in Dallas. And every single day, I've got people hitting me up like you and 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 you, buying houses and renting apartments all throughout the city. So if you ever have any questions about anything that I cover, feel free to drop me a line. All of my information is below in the description, and I'd be more than happy to help answer any questions that you might have. Without any further ado, let's go check out Alto Highland Park. Alright, so let's get a lay of the land, because technically we are on the edge of Highland Park and we're kind of sandwiched between Highland Park and Uptown as we're hugging Interstate 35. So if you're not from Texas, it's one of the busiest and longest interstates we have, and you can use it to get just about anywhere north or south. But back to the layout of the property, you've got your brownstones here, and then on the other side of the street, you've got the flats. And the gym is attached to the flats, and then the pool is attached to the brownstone portion. And we're also going to cover guest parking, resident parking, the hallways, elevators, and everything in between. So if you've never heard of this community, then sit back, relax, and let me do my thing. Right off the bat, my favorite thing about this property is that you've got a Whole Foods, literally a pitching wedge from the entrance to the leasing office. So love to see that. There's only one other building I've vlogged that's walkable from a Whole Foods, and now Alto Highland Park makes two of them. And obviously the property is not very tall, being a mid-rise community. The flats section has 55 units and the brownstone section has 57 units, giving us 112 units total. So this property is very boutique, super niche. The flats were built in 2001 and the townhomes were built in 2007, and it has been remodeled slightly since it opened, but just keep in mind this isn't going to be anything super sleek and modern and sexy like some of the newer buildings I've vlogged. The type of person that's going to move here is looking for a neat and quiet townhome or apartment in a relaxed community within Texas's wealthiest zip code. And just walking by some of the brownstones here for a second, I might have thought that I was in Manhattan or just a totally different state. Not sure if y'all have ever been to New York City, but they're kind of famous for their quote unquote brownstone architecture. And if you're a dumb Texan like me, you're not sure what that is. It's just a townhome made of bricks. As far as guest parking here, there is a ton of spaces here on Bowser Ave, as you've got the angled spots and then some other spots right along the street out front of the leasing office. And then for resident parking, specifically for the flats portion, you've got the elevator here that takes you underground, where your vehicle will be kept safe and secure behind a remote activated gate. The surface down here is pretty flat since it's only one floor, and I also saw a couple of charging stations if you're rocking with the EV. And then resident parking if you live in one of the townhomes. The bulk of the parking within the townhome section is attached to the actual townhome itself. You're going to get your own garage, and the townhomes are locked behind its own separate gate as well. So just think about the convenience here with the townhomes, which is part of the reason why they're a little more pricey. And then moving over to the floor plans, I'm going to start with a townhouse and then move up in pricing from there. From the jump, you'll see the 2-car garage on the first floor, living room and kitchen on the second floor, and then the single bedroom up top on the third. And I'm going to show you the patio first, which faces Bowser Ave. I thought it was kind of cool and cozy. And then I'm going to walk through the garage actually, because I want you to see how much space you have in here, as well as an extra mini closet for storage. And in general, all of the floor plans, you're going to have carpet in the bedrooms and stairs, vinyl plank in your bathrooms and common areas, and then tile in your bathrooms. One other thing I wanted to call out for all of these units, they do not, and I repeat, do not come stocked with washer and dryer. So you'll either have to bring your own or rent them. There are tons of appliance companies in the Dallas area that will loan you some for a couple $100 a month. So make sure to factor that into your budget. But what I like about this floor plan is that it's got a built-in desk off to the side of the kitchen that comes stocked with granite countertops and gas appliances. So if you spend a lot of time in the kitchen, maybe you're single or you've got your lady or man moving in, then this one might be a good option for you. Next up is our B11 two-bedroom townhome, and this is their model unit, so you can get a good idea of how they furnish these things. Here in the living room kitchen area, you've got enough space for a smaller couch if you still want to have a circular table off to the side, or if you want, you can just have a larger sectional couch and then skip the table, because with that, you can just eat at the counter here. So different strokes for different folks. One thing you'll also notice is that for multi-bedroom townhomes here, and maybe I'm wrong, but it just seemed like they were rather narrow, meaning one bedroom per floor. Again, I didn't mind this. I'm young, I have long legs. I don't really mind the stairs, but I want y'all to keep this in mind in case you have any family coming into town or if you have bad knees, because you'll see a lot of stairs throughout the majority of these floor plans, just like any other townhome. And what I also like is the fireplace, as you saw the one in the living room, and you've also got one up top in the master bedroom. All right, so if you're getting any value from this video, feel free to shoot me a message, just like him and him and her and him and all the rest of these people. The reason why they're doing it is because there are pros and cons to every apartment community. There is no perfect building. So people call me because they want the tea. They want the dirt on any community in Dallas. So that way they can rest easy and be comfortable with the decision that they're going to be making that's going to affect them for the next 12 months. Then the second reason that people reach out is that I've got relationships with all of the leasing offices here in the Metroplex, and I can help you capture additional incentives and move-in bonuses, which can help make your living situation just a little more affordable, because the buildings in Dallas actually incentivize me to bring new residents through the door. So it's not like you'd be cutting me a check for my services. That's being taken care of by the building. So it's absolutely no sweat off your back to go ahead and reach out. And if you do decide to reach out, I promise that I will do absolutely the best that I can for you. Next up is our C5 townhome, and this is 3 bedrooms, and we are now in the flats portion of the property. And you'll notice that the units in the flats portion are just a little more modern, mainly because of the quartz countertops, as well as just the lighter cabinetry, as you'll notice more neutral tones in this part of the property. In a perfect world, if I were to live here, I would steal this finish out and then put it inside one of the brownstones. Because personally, I'm just not the biggest fan of granite countertops, but that's just me. And this plan will have the master bedroom here on the first floor, and then the other 2 bedrooms will be up top. But my favorite thing about this unit are the mega high ceilings in the living room. For a tall dude such as myself, I can greatly appreciate that. And this also allows for more windows in the living room. So it obviously feels more open and breathable, along with getting a little bit more of that vitamin D. Last and certainly not least will be our C8 3 bedroom, damn near 3,000 square feet. And this floor plan is almost like a maze when I first walked in, because you obviously notice the circular shaped entryway. It almost felt like I was walking into a castle that was tucked inside of its own building, if that makes any sense. But I tried to do the best I could to flow seamlessly from room to room without getting lost or confusing you. I'm pretty sure I nailed it, but I also tried to open as many doors, cabinets, and cupboards as I could just to give you an idea on storage space. But what's cool about this one is that there's no stairs, so you'll be able to give your limbs a break after a long day. And then the centerpiece of the living room is the fireplace, which I love. But all in all, this floor plan is super unique. There's a partition in the living room which houses the fireplace. So you can get pretty creative with this. Maybe use the smaller portion of the living room as a playroom or nursery while still having a massive amount of space for a couch in the main portion of the living room. And you'll also get a balcony, which I think is a neat plus. Moving over to the amenities, all we have is a pool and a gym. So we will start with the pool. And as I said in the beginning of the video, the pool is attached to the brownstone portion of the community. So if you live in the flats, then all you gotta do is just walk across Bowser and then open the gate. And I think a video is worth 1,000 words. So not a ton to explain for the pool area, but you'll also have a smaller gym in the flats portion right off to the side of the leasing office. But all in all, it's pretty modest. If you're a serious gym goer, then you might want to hold on to that gym membership, as this one will be perfect for either a casual gym goer or if you're just in a pinch. I'm just gonna address the elephant in the room. Probably not the sexiest building that I've put on my channel, but in terms of townhomes and just having more space, doesn't really get much better than this, as we are in one of the most luxurious zip codes in the entire state of Texas. And if you don't know anything about Highland Park, check out this video. And if you like what you saw and you're ready to move in, fantastic. Feel free to drop me a line and I'll get you connected with the right people. But there's also a chance after watching this video, maybe you're thinking, I like Alto, I just don't know if I like the building. I love the location, but I don't like the building. Or maybe you like the building, but you don't like the location. And if any or all of that is the case, feel free to check out this playlist. I did a video tour just like this one, showcasing some of the most popular apartment communities in the Dallas area, which could be helpful if you're doing more research. With that, it's 100 degrees out here. I'm sweating like a dog. I appreciate y'all tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next video. Y'all be good.